Can Bitcoin really make you a millionaire? Bitcoin has already turned many into millionaires, and there's still a chance you could join them. Over the course of Bitcoin's 15-year journey, it has created plenty of millionaires. Data from blockchain analytics platform Glassnode reveals that approximately 115,000 wallet addresses hold balances exceeding $1 million today. But could you be next? For long-term, patient investors, the prospect of joining this exclusive group might be more achievable than you think. Bitcoin's explosive growth. A quick look at Bitcoin's price over time shows that the largest gains occurred in its early years. From 2009 to 2012, the cryptocurrency surged from less than a fraction of a penny to more than $5, an astronomical increase of 710,000%. If you had invested just $75 when Bitcoin was worth around $5, you would be sitting on a fortune today, with Bitcoin hovering around $65,000. While the days of Bitcoin trading for less than $100 are likely behind us, the potential for Bitcoin to continue creating millionaires still exists, even though those huge price jumps might seem improbable. While some complex market simulations and theories may help predict Bitcoin's future, basic math can give us some insight into its potential. The halving phenomenon. Bitcoin's performance is often analyzed in relation to its halvings, events that take place approximately every 4 years. These halvings cut Bitcoin's inflation rate in half, and many analysts consider them to be significant events that divide Bitcoin's history into natural cycles. One key observation from Bitcoin analyst Willy Woo suggests that holding Bitcoin for at least one halving cycle, roughly 4 years, has never resulted in a loss. Over the course of this cycle, Bitcoin has averaged an annualized return of 30%. So even if an investor bought at the peak of a bull market, as long as they held for at least 4 years, their return would average 30% annually. The path to millionaire status. Let's use that 30% annualized return as a baseline to examine the investment needed to reach millionaire status. For example, if you invested $85,500 every year for 5 years, you would have $1 million after that time frame. But it doesn't end there. Over a 10-year period, the required investment drops to about $18,250 per year. And for those willing to invest for 20 years, the yearly contribution needed to reach $1 million would fall to a mere $1,225. These numbers show that it's entirely possible to reach millionaire status with Bitcoin over the long term. But when we extend the time horizon beyond the 4-year halving cycle, the potential for wealth grows substantially. Bitcoin's long-term history paints an even more optimistic picture. Its average annual return across its entire history is roughly 170%. When you factor that in, the time to reach $1 million shortens, and the amount you need to invest annually decreases significantly. This illustrates just how much Bitcoin's potential can accelerate over the long haul. The opportunity is now. That being said, it's essential to remember that past performance is no guarantee of future returns, but the underlying principles behind Bitcoin are still very much intact. At the core of Bitcoin's value proposition lies one crucial factor: its supply limit of 21 million coins. With a fixed supply of 21 million Bitcoins and its inflation rate continuing to decrease through halvings, Bitcoin's supply and demand dynamics increasingly support price appreciation over time. This scarcity continues to drive its value as more people adopt and invest in Bitcoin. Navigating volatility. It's also important to understand that Bitcoin's price is subject to short-term volatility. Speculative trends, regulatory actions, and broader market fluctuations can affect prices in the short run. However, the long-term trend for Bitcoin remains rooted in its scarcity, growing adoption, and expanding utility. Each halving further tightens the supply of new Bitcoins, making the asset even more scarce over time. This scarcity, combined with increasing demand, positions Bitcoin for potential continued growth, making it a compelling opportunity for those hoping to become the next Bitcoin millionaire. Conclusion: Bitcoin's path to wealth. In conclusion, while Bitcoin's meteoric rise in its early years may have been extraordinary, its potential to make more millionaires is still very much alive. If you're willing to adopt a patient, long-term investment strategy, Bitcoin could very well help you achieve millionaire status. The combination of scarcity, halving events, and its growing role as a financial asset make it an exciting and potentially lucrative investment for those ready to commit. Remember, the road to Bitcoin millionaire status isn't easy, but it's achievable for those who are willing to invest wisely, hold for the long term, and embrace the volatility along the way.